This story is based on a real-life experience that still haunts me to this day. It's the reason I never sleep with my blinds open anymore. And maybe after hearing this, you won't either. In 2018, I moved into a small rental house in a quiet suburban neighborhood just outside of Boston. The place wasn't special. 2 bedrooms, creaky wooden floors, and an old basement that smelled like damp earth. It was cheap. Too cheap for the area. The landlord brushed it off, saying the last tenants moved suddenly because of job issues. At the time, I didn't think much of it. For the first week, things felt normal, peaceful even. But there's a kind of silence in old houses that feels heavier, like the walls are listening. The first strange thing happened about a week after moving in. I woke up at 3 a.m. to the sound of scratching. Not like a mouse or raccoon. It sounded deliberate, slow, scrape against the glass. When I sat up, I froze. Through the slits of my half-closed blinds, I saw him. A man, tall, pale, standing on my lawn, staring directly into my bedroom window. His face was completely blank. Not expressionless, blank. Like a wax mask, smoothed over where features should have been. I scrambled to turn on the lamp, and just like that, he was gone. I told myself it was sleep paralysis, maybe a dream, but deep down, I knew I'd been awake. The next few nights, it got worse. I'd hear whispers in the hallway when I was in bed, footsteps across the creaky floorboards when I was alone. One night, I fell asleep on the couch watching TV. Around 2 a.m., I woke up to static on the screen, and in the reflection, behind me, I swear I saw that same faceless man standing in the hallway. I spun around, but the hallway was empty. The next morning, I stepped outside to get the mail. That's when an older woman from across the street approached me. "You're staying in that house?" she asked, her voice uneasy. When I nodded, she lowered her voice. "You should keep your curtains closed at night." I asked her why, and she just shook her head. "Sometimes he looks back." Before I could ask who, she hurried away. That night, I couldn't sleep. Her words kept replaying in my mind. I decided to check the house, make sure every door was locked. When I got to the basement, I noticed something strange. The floor was covered in old newspapers, like someone had been living down there. And scrawled across the walls in jagged black marker were dozens of crude drawings. Drawings of windows. Every window in the house. Each one with a tall, faceless figure standing outside, watching. The final night I stayed in that house was the worst night of my life. I had just fallen asleep when I heard the scratching again. This time, louder. Desperate. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The blinds shifted slightly from the breeze, and that's when I saw him again. The faceless man. Not outside, but inside the room. He was standing in the corner, inches from the bed, his head slowly tilted like he was studying me. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. The air felt heavy, like something was pressing on my chest. Then, in a voice that sounded like it came from everywhere at once, he whispered, "Close the blinds." And just like that, he was gone. I moved out the next morning, leaving everything behind. Later, I learned that years ago, a man who lived in that house had gone missing. Neighbors said he was last seen staring through his own windows at night, claiming he saw someone staring back. To this day, I don't know if what I saw was a ghost, a spirit, or something far worse. but I do know one thing: I will never, ever sleep with my blinds open again. If this story kept you on edge, make sure to like the video, drop a comment with your own creepy experiences, and subscribe for more terrifying stories every week. This is Whispering Image, and remember, sometimes it's not just you looking out the window. Someone might be looking back.